Hello, everybody, and welcome to another daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. This time, I'm in the garage. It's a bit too hot outside. I don't want the phone overheating again and cutting me off mid-flow. Before I go any further, as you can probably see, I'm using StreamYard again. So could I have a sound checker off of everybody and let me know how it is? Slightly different surroundings. Hi to Andy. That's Trevor. Good to see you. Hello, Andy. Hope you're okay in the hot weather. And everyone else is in the chat. Yes, it's very, very hot. Sound check good. Thank you, Blood Nose. That's good to hear. Slightly different wherever I go to. Yes, it's been very hot today, hasn't it? Hello, Mick Hardstaff. Hope you're okay. Julie Baldwin. Better than last night, Andy. It's probably the acoustics, maybe, where I am. Who knows? I don't really know. I mean, look at me. I'm absolutely sweating like hell. I think we're at probably 30 degrees still here. I don't know what everyone else is like where they are, but it is literally hotter than hell. And I've got my boiler right here where I am, and it's still working overtime. But let's see what everyone's been up to. Lynn from Minneapolis, hello to you. Good to see you there. Hello, John Gray. Anna Perkins, here he comes. Good evening, Andy. Cooler conditions tonight. Nice job. Slightly wobbly sound, but acceptable. Yes, I think that's the thing with StreamYard. Particularly if I do this or if I do that, it does wobble about a bit. I should really get some of these earpieces, I suppose. Andy the Gabby Cabby, was it your birthday? If so, happy birthday. It was Xena at the weekend, the 9th of July. Happy birthday to me. So cheers, and I'll drink to me. In the name of sanity, I recognise that name. Evening to you as well. Hello, John. Good to see you. John Harrington as well. You're all in the chat. That's wonderful. Julie, how are you getting on with your prescription thingy that you started or going to start? Is that all going well? Let me know. Tracy Regan, hello to you. Julie Keys. Alan, I saw you moaning about my timekeeping. I'm worse than the Aviva buses or something. Well, at least I turn up. I mean, yesterday I had a personal family thing that I had to deal with, which would have clashed with the usual proceedings. And I thought I'd bring this one forward. So, bring last night's one forward so you got something. Hello, Julie Keys. Lucinda, good to see you. John Harrington. M. Perry, hello to you. So there's all the usual people in the chat. Hello, Tina. Good to see you as well. You managed to get in and see one. Cosmic War Toad. Hello to you as well. Wonderful, wonderful. You know, I managed to get some content out today. 4 or 5 videos, which I hope you've all seen by now. A couple of political ones, and one of the ones about the poor bloody animals getting stuck in the car and not being taken care of properly. And there was that place in Baldock that should have been shut down, or they want them to be shut down because of the neglect paid to this poor bloody dog that got left in the back of a car for 2 hours. No, you don't do it in that weather. Oh, Factual Breakdown is in the chat. I missed all of you. Crazy June, but it's all good. I love you guys. Well, good to see you back, Factual Breakdown. I did get your email the other day, which was quite the long one, and a big update about everything that's been going on with you. And you know that people have been asking about you as well, and what's been going on with your life. Angela Gill, hello, Andy. I'll give up, mate. And debts don't work for me. One life, do what makes you happy in the moment. I'll drink. Well, you know, what can you say to that? You have got to do what makes you happy at the end of the day. You've got one life, and that's it. Andy, you know that brevity is not my strong suit. Just got here. Greetings from a pub in Swindon. That's Mark Keane. Well, hello to the Swindon pub. Joe Murray is awesome. Yes, I know Joe Murray is awesome. He paid me a nice compliment the other day, and I saw your video on your channel, that you did so. I'm assuming he's done something to help you as well. I had to laugh. I saw another news article. So I'll bring this up here. I don't know if you know, a little while ago, I got in a spot of bother with a airport parking company. I pulled into a hotel, dropped my passengers off, and got fined. And it appears I'm not the only one. Have a look at that. If I can get it right, get the light right. There we go. Pensioner fined £100 after getting stuck in car wash queue for 30 minutes. This poor lady is named, where is she? Colleen Russell. Yes, she was. She went to get her car washed, and she was stuck in a queue at the car wash for about 30 minutes. And apparently that's how long you're allowed to park in this car park. There's cameras all over the place. And it didn't account for the fact that she was actually there to get her car washed. She got a ticket. And guess who the culprits were that gave her the ticket? Euro car parks. They're the same people that have been giving me grief. Now, it goes on and she expresses her disgust, oh, I shouldn't have got all the usuals. My advice to her is tell them to get stuffed and just don't pay it. It's pretty straightforward, really, and I hope she gets out of it. I mean, these car parking firms really are a joke. Disgusting, really. And I still have the one chasing me even now. And what I do, I send them an invoice every time they write to me. And, it still goes on. Farcical. Let's have a look who we have in the chat. We've got some other people joining us. We've got Factual. Joe Biden, Xi Jinping, Vladimir Putin up, leaving in the car with the windows closed, the doors locked shut, the air conditioning off, and cover them with heavy quilts and the heavy coats. Yes, that would do it, wouldn't it? That would certainly do it. And I'll tell you something about that little situation in a little while. Hello, Sharon Shooter. Good to see you. Glad you're in the chat. Listen, folks, if you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit the like button, the thumbs up when you come in and get that done immediately. If you can, folks, that'll be good of you. We need to get the algorithm talking about me again, where I've been away for a bit of time. Chrissy Williams saying hello to people. Did it say fine for parking? No, it didn't specify Andy, but it was probably one of these silly parking invoices which people fall for, and they try and scare you with all the bullshit. I mean, the thing is with these car parks, they're making the assumption that you're going to obey a certain amount of terms and conditions, and a contract when you walk in the place doesn't happen, and that's how they try and ploy the money out of you on that basis. But it's been going on for years. It really has. Alan Pape, that's Lisa Farr. Good to see you. Chrissy Williams is there again. Tracy Regan. Yeah, it's brilliant. We're getting everybody there. We're getting everybody. I saw a couple of things from stateside as well. A couple of stories. I mean, I read and I have a look at what's going on in the States as much as I can, and it's good to see the British perspective on it to an extent as well. I mean, there's a couple of big stories which are quite viral, as in they're being talked about everywhere. I don't know if you are aware of these two. I mean, this was all over America at some point. I'm sat right behind the light. There you go. I hope you can see those two. That's the Whites. I think the fact that they share the same surname is a little bit of a coincidence. But Casey White and Vicky White. Vicky White was the corrections officer that facilitated the escape of Casey White, and it all ended up in a chase and a shootout, and Vicky White died from what the coroner deemed at the time self-inflicted gunshot wound. And there's been a little bit of a development. Prisoner Casey White, and again, this is from the British media, so you can quote me on it, has been charged with murdering his lover, corrections officer Vicky White, after she helped him escape. And the pair led police on an 11-day hunt. I find that very, very telling, because when the post-mortem was done, it says she died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. So I'm a little bit confused straight away with that one. Casey, 38, has now been charged with Vicky's murder, but the indictment does not say he shot her. The coroner said, she shot herself. Vicky helped the convicted felon escape on April the 29th, and the two used disguises and swapped vehicles across 3 states before being captured in Evansville, Indiana. A 911 call from inside the Cadillac they were driving, Casey and Vicky, they used it to flee. There's reports that she shot herself after the car crashed and partially rolled over. She's got a gun in her hand and she's breathing, someone is heard saying at the scene. She's got her finger on the trigger. I think that was one of the law enforcement officers. The coroner later ruled that her death was suicide, so they're saying she shot herself. He's been charged with first-degree escape, and in the course and furtherance of committing escape in the first degree, causing the death of Vicky White, who died from a gunshot wound to the head. A trial date for Casey hasn't been set yet, and he was previously convicted of attempted murder, robbery after attempting to kill his ex-girlfriend, and kidnapping her roommates, and was serving a 75-year prison sentence at the time of the actual jailbreak. Incredible stuff. I mean, there was a lot of hearsay at the time about who shot who. You know, did she shoot herself? Did he shoot her? But where she was and the hand her gun was in and everything else, it was, I think, a pretty foregone conclusion at the time. Listen, everybody, this is the Daily Chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby, live from the garage. This was the old place where I started everything, really, but it's the coolest place in the house currently, and that's why we're here. It's a little bit cooler than sitting in the car, because we are in a hell of a heat wave at the moment. If you haven't done so already, please hit the thumbs up button, the like button on the chat. Let's get that algorithm talking. And if you haven't done so already, or you've lost your place, please consider subscribing to the channel as well. We need to get those numbers back up also. And I appreciate that. I see someone from Facebook has just given us a like, and I appreciate that. We are, of course, advertising from YouTube and Facebook this evening. So welcome, everybody. Let's shut that roller door, Alan Pate says. I've actually got one of the old-fashioned up and over doors at the front of this, one of the old metal clanger things. Yeah, and then that door behind me with the dartboard on goes through to my back garden, which some of you have seen before. Tony Whitworth. Oh, it's a bit of talk of dinghy divers, is it? What we got? There we go. One migrant admits to being a criminal who just served 5 years in a French prison. There are thousands just like him landing in Dover right now. Yeah. I mean, they had this big smuggling ring the other day, didn't they? Which they apparently smashed to smithereens. And there was a temporary break, but it carried on again. And there was something like 1,000 over just shy of a week's period. I brought you a video which mentioned that earlier. Again, they keep coming, they keep coming, they keep coming. In my mind, hello, John Harris, good to see you. In my mind, the very simple solution would be to put some kind of beachhead on the French coast and stop them launching. As simple as that. Wherever you find them, you stop them and even destroy the boats before they get a chance to enter the water. That, in my mind, is simple logic, really, but they don't seem to want to do it. you have to ask the question, why? Where's the money? Where's the carrot? Where's the caveat? Something doesn't quite add up there somewhere, does it? Really doesn't. Kim Alston, if you do, and I'm not on the left coast by then, I'll meet you. Where are I? Let's catch up on some of these comments. Bless you, Factual. I'm determined to travel to Florida when President Trump returns to the White House. Jerry Georgopoulos, hello, Andy. Hello to you. Good to see you. Hope you're all right. Here's a thumbs up, Andy. Thank you, Kirky Bailey. Yes, Mark Keane, you've mentioned face nappies there. I saw a video that Maya Tusi did earlier, and he was talking about reintroducing things and saying if the backlog is threatened, i.e. it gets longer logged than it is already, they may look at reintroducing that kind of stuff. No one's going to obey, surely. It's getting fucking ridiculous. I saw a lady earlier who was in her car, an open-top car in the fresh air, with a bra muzzle on her boat race. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was unbelievable. What's this? WEF has revealed plans to buy up farmland from Dutch farmers who were bankrupted by climate change policies. This was never about climate change, only societal change. Eyes wide open. I think that's where it's all heading, because life is being made very difficult for a lot of people. Did you see that video earlier on that I put about Martin Lewis talking about warm banks? So I'm not going to be warm in my own home. I'm going to go and piss off somewhere else and go and sit in a public library or something and use their heating. If I need the loo, or I want to go to bed, or I want to make myself a meal, what have I got to do? Go to another warm bank? It's just a shit policy that's not going to work. And look, my door opened behind me. I thought we were going to get an intruder then, but never you mind. Solent Green is people. Hello, Jodie Pitt. A lot of hot air, exactly. Travelled on the train. Where are we? Breaking. Oh, can you put link to GB News video in here, please? Yeah, could be a ghost, Sharon. I can see civil unrest in the country after not too long, John Harris says. I think you might be right, because people will just get cheesed off with it, won't they? In the end, they won't want to put up with it, and it's going down that road. I don't think so, Anna. I see you saying that. I know he was threatening it. He might come in. Who knows? Factual breakdown. All right. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll catch you again soon. Glad to see you in here. Julie Baldwin has just put a link to a video in there, everybody, and tag Xena. I'm assuming you know what that's about. So please go on there and see what that is. Alan Edge, I spent 4 days in hospital 2 weeks ago. Only one not wearing a face nappy. Yeah. I think they're coming. They're going to try and, stick these in somewhere, aren't they? Definitely very soon. Cosmic War Toad. Wow, we just had a load of chat jump in, and I missed a few there. Bye, Factual, how are ye? Spiderlog, stupid that thing RE masks have encountered was at dentist when had to wear mask, except when they were looking at my teeth. So seemed pointless. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's like the convict's knows you're not going to get it if your teeth are getting prodded. It either is or it isn't. It's really that very simple. Listen, folks, this is the daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. If you haven't done so already and you're just here, can you give me a thumbs up? I appreciate that. If you've been here for a little while, give me a thumbs up as well. If you haven't done so already, let's get those numbers flying. I can't actually see on the screen here
the number of thumbs up that come in. I can only see who's watching. So if somebody could give me an indication of how we're doing in the chat, that would be great. That would be great. I've been looking at some of the Russia stuff as well. And when I saw my father yesterday, we were talking about this and all the paranoia and propaganda and all the shit that's coming in the news, trying to basically scare the hell out of us. And there was another one I saw. Let me see where we are. Yes. See if we can get this up. John Harris, thank you for the £1 super chat. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for your support. Yeah, I don't know whether you can see that. New York City releases eerie video explaining what to do if they're nuked. What the hell? That just doesn't make any sense unless they're just trying to scare everybody. I mean, let's have a look through this lot. An eerie video sharing what to do in the case of a nuclear attack has been made by New York officials. Is that Eric Adams and company? I don't know. It comes after Putin propagandists claimed Russia could easily destroy the East Coast. The public service announcement advises locals to follow these steps. Get inside, stay inside, and stay tuned. That's a modern take of duck and cover, isn't it? The likelihood of a nuclear bomb dropping is very low. But it's important people living in the Big Apple know what to do. The city's emergency management department said today. In the footage, a city spokesman on a New York street said, "So there's been an attack. Don't ask me how or why, just know that the big one has hit. So what do we do?" There are 3 important steps I want you to remember. Step 1, get inside fast. You, your friends, your family, get inside. And no, staying in the car is not an option. You need to get into a building, move away from any windows. The woman goes on to tell people to stay inside. Shut all the doors. That's after me, isn't it? Shut that door and windows and head to a basement if they have one, or sit in the middle of the building. Otherwise, people who are outside during any blast are advised to clean immediately and remove and bag all outer clothing to remove any contaminated dust. And there's various pictures here of cars and wrecked buildings and things. Lastly, New Yorkers were told to keep an eye on the media, which will let people know when it's safe to go outside. Well, if there ever truly was an attack of any kind, there wouldn't be any media to listen to, I wouldn't have thought. To close the video, the spokeswoman tells viewers, all right, you've got this. It comes after Kremlin state media boasted Russia could wipe out the east and west coast with just 4 missiles. Reporter Tony Dockerbill claimed a similar-sized bomb to the one dropped on Hiroshima would destroy much of Manhattan and create a mushroom cloud bigger than the Empire State Building. But Alexei Zuralev, a member of Russia's parliament, said, guys, you're so funny. What method are they using? He continued, I'll completely tell you, to destroy the east coast of the US, 2 Saramat missiles are necessary and another 2 for the west coast. And this article literally goes on and on and on and on, basically trying to scare people. And if you go and have a look at RussiaToday.com now, I don't know about you, but I can't get on it. I always look to that for an alternative viewpoint, and I literally can't get on it anymore. So they just spoon feed us all this shit, hoping that we'll swallow it. And it's, yeah, I mean, when you start seeing instructions like that, you wonder what they're trying to do. Tad, welcome back, Andy. Thank you very much. Hannah Perkins, I mean no levity, but a Hiroshima bomb would be a relatively welcome alternative to the available armaments these days. You're absolutely right. Antisocial, has anyone watched Threads, the nuclear bomb attack based in Sheffield in the 80s? Terrifying for us.
back then, if a bomb drops, pray it hits you on the head, kills you quick. I saw a little bit of Threads quite a long time ago. I've never sat through and watched the whole entire thing. Something I'll have to. But I think a lot of these world leaders need to watch this kind of stuff. Duck and cover could be a new dance move for Strictly. Absolutely, Kirky Bailey. Love it. They aren't bombs anymore. No, they're not. I mean, they called it MAD, didn't they? Mutually assured destruction, and for a damn good reason as well. Breaking report. Facebook busted, caught red-handed, facing lawsuit for sharing users' deleted messages. Well, nothing's really truly deleted, is it? Nothing's truly gone. When the North Wind blows, these public information films were on TV in the 60s and the 70s. Yeah, I mean, Mark, there's been a couple of movies over the course of the years, isn't there? I mean, one that springs to my mind is By Dawn's Early Light. I think that's where Martin Landau played the American president, and that was a damn good film, actually, but a little bit telling. The bombs today are nothing like they were in the 40s. The survivors will envy the dead. Yeah. Andy, in my US Army training, we saw a Department of the Army film, How to Report a Nuclear Blast in the Field. It was serious, but also hilarious too. Yeah, I bet. I mean, they do put a little bit of levity into these things, don't they? I mean, I remember when we used to go flying, not in any way related to weaponry. We used to have a thing we used to call Jump Jump Johnny, and it was the aircraft safety video we had to watch every time before we got in the damn things. Go down to the cellar and take your whiskey with you, Jodie Pitts says. I like that idea. The problem is, the last time I had a run-in with too much whiskey, I got sore ribs, which are still sore, by the way. No point in doing any of that, to be honest, King Corona says. Spider Log, Alan Pape, I expect that will only work when medical staff cannot view medical records. I got Julie Baldwin. So many high-rises in cities, only place to really be relatively safe is in any underground system if you have one. Otherwise, have a nice trip to heaven. Yeah. Unless you've been naughty, and then you'll be going the other way. John Harrington, hi Xena. No, he didn't. I don't know what you're referring to there. Oh, did your dentist ask your back status? Because I'm not jabbed. Laugh out loud. Okay. There was a bit of an argument going on Twitter with some journos about that again the other day. They were trying to make a big thing of it again. And I get the feeling that the media are always trying to make a big thing of this. We need to see through the bullshit, don't we? Xena, we'll go watch the others about it on GB News YouTube channel. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Listen, folks, this is the chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby from the garage. You can see my old outdoor pool there in the background, which I've got a bit of a problem with at the moment, which I was trying to sort out, and coming to your live from the garage because it's far too hot. I was out earlier. It was still 30 degrees an hour ago. Crazy stuff. Really is. But we'll have to see. Make sure you thumbs up if you haven't done so already, and please subscribe to the Andy the Gabby Cabby channel if you haven't done so already. And also, if you are a subscriber, check you still are, because they do have a habit of knocking you out. I think you shouldn't worry too much, John Harrington. Okay, we've got 80 likes. Okay, well, come on, folks. Let's see if we can get that up to 100 before the end. We could have a pool party. Yeah, we were talking about that, actually. Netherlands citizens stand now with their formers. No one voted for climate change, forced through by government. The published temps always seem to be lower than how we find them. Yeah, absolutely, Anna. I think humidity and all that sort of thing goes into it as well, doesn't it? Uh, yeah, all party. I love it. Good to see you. Glad Andy is back. Yes, I'm glad to be back. Thank you, Kim Alliston. It certainly is nice. John Harrington, worry too much. Yes, we got that one, didn't we? Excellent. Christine Ayres. Hi, Andy. Long time no see. Hope you're good. Same to you, Christine. Hope you're good as well. I saw a couple of your comments on some of the videos when I was in absentia. In other words, not about. They talk about doing medical appointments by phone. Did they know it was coming? Yeah, maybe they did. Maybe they did. Andy, I've noticed that you have been very busy on the updates. Yeah, I have. I have very much so. I mean, I'm going to Stansted Airport tonight. We've got 13 people we've got to get home from there. And hopefully they'll be on time. But in any way, it'll be good because it'll be cooler and where weather conditions will be more favourable for work. But it's too damn hot to be sitting around otherwise. You can see the light shining off me there. That's the trouble when you get a bit of a shortcut. I have missed you. Hope you're keeping well. It's Christine Ayres being spoken to by Alan. How are you today? Good, I hope. It's great being home. Kirky Bay says. Alan Pape, I'm okay. Cheers. Mick E, hello. Hello to you, Mick E. Good to see you. And that's excellent. Protesters storm the presidential palace in Sri Lanka's capital. The president has fled onto a naval ship. Yeah, I think they said there they were going to occupy it, didn't they, until the government were out. Yeah, Kim Alliston, the dog story was very sad and very unnecessary because you've just got to think how much hotter they find it on their feet, how their temperature control works. I think they just pant, don't they? They don't sweat. And that poor little sod got to get locked in a van for 2 hours, effectively cooked. It was not nice at all. You think COVID was man-made just to collapse the economy, all the countries? It's the way they're trying to use it, like, you know, later on. That's the thing, isn't it? They never knew COVID was coming. They were talking about SARS becoming a future problem about 5 years ago. As you're booking the same Heathrow, begging flight operator to stop selling seats, how many are having to call you back immediately? Yeah. I'm getting a lot of chopping and changing at the moment. Either people want to go very, very much earlier, or there's some kind of last minute change to things. That seems to be the favourite at the moment. Iscon Devotee Channel, hi to you. Hello, Bridget. Good evening to you. Nice to see you. And I noticed you did miss me the other day, but that's all right. You're here. You lied this country into a war which costs thousands of lives. Boris Johnson ate some cake. Ha, ha, ha. Alistair Campbell did not like that. No, I bet he didn't. Truth often hurts. No notification tonight. I did actually schedule it, Bridget. So always have a look there. And, you know, I try and do it if I'm of mind to. And tonight, as you can see, different change of scene. I'm on my treadmill, but it's not actually running. I'm more concerned with sitting by the side of my fridge. So hot in here, the flowers on my wallpaper have all died. I love it. 5 more likes needed to reach 100, please. Yeah, if you haven't done so, folks, please hit that like button. Let's get there. 100. We try and hit that every time. And that helps the algorithm discover the channel again. And we get going back to where we was. Spiderlog, John Harris, if the place where it's alleged to have originated, then you're probably right about man-made. since they were clearly tampering with nature. Oops, a federal US judge has ordered the Epstein file to be opened. Tippy Tappy Man, hello, good to see you. Long time no see. Andy, yes, well, I'm here. Not for much longer, mine, this evening, but I'm here. And you'll notice I did some content earlier on today, just some news articles and a little bit of opinion as well. I'm going to try and do three to five videos every day at the moment, and a live stream. There will be one day in a week where it won't happen, but I'll try and give you advance notice of that. So pretty much 6 days a week I'll be at it, definitely. Yes, we're at 100 likes. Excellent. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate that and your support. Hatchy. Who's this? Hatchy. Good to see at last people starting to pick up on what's going on. Stock up on non-perishable foods. Blah. Yeah, I can't argue with that. I really can't. Icon devotees channel form new subscriber. Well, thank you very much. That's Talugi Tech Shared. Appreciate that. Plot Uncovered. What's this? Rishi Sunak set up his Ready for Rishi leadership campaign website on 2022. Well, before he led the collapse of Boris Johnson's cabinet, all the backstabbers are being exposed. Yeah, the thing is with that, Tony, you may be right about when he set up that website, but the actual underlying domain name was purchased at the end of last year, December 2021. So this has been in the pipeline for at least 6 or 7 months. And when you look at things like that picture of Boris sitting on the terrace, enjoying cozy chats from all people, and he was legally allowed to, you have to start to wonder where the source of all this is, don't you? And how long people have been colluding to get Boris out of there. Definitely not as all as it seems. Penny Mordaunt's another one. You look at the domain name for her, and that was back 2019, I think that was purchased. So again, long-term ambitions at the top job. Who knows? But I really can't pick between any of them. I'm sick of the entire system. I think it stinks from the ground up, and it needs to be consigned to the annals of history, along with the whole rest of the shitty affair. It's not the best at all. Let's have a look who else we've got. The best part of YouTube is that you don't need a TV license to watch it. That's very true, Alan. It's very true indeed. I mean, as well, I may be live now, but you can watch this as many times as you like on replay. And it's not connected to any of the main television stations, is it? Handy to Cabby for PM. Appreciate it. John Harris, do you think Nigel Farage would be a good PM? I'm a little bit, how can I put it? I'm a little bit let down by him, because at the time when he was in charge of the Brexit Party, I wanted more than just Brexit. I wanted political reform. And the only way you could get that political reform is put your candidates with that agenda in every single seat in this country. And all of a sudden, he pulled them all out at the 11th hour. And I've never quite forgiven him for that. And now he's a journalist. So who knows? Will he? Won't he? Only time will tell. They know about a year before the job is coming available. Even Maggie Thatcher was aware before her date. Yes, it's all decided a long time before, isn't it? And then we're made to believe that it's a fairly new thing, a fairly new affair. The BBC won't scrap the TV license; they'll just sugarcoat it with another name. Yeah, probably right, like a lot of these things. Listen, folks, we're at the 40-minute mark now, and I'm going to call it a day. I think it's been good today. We've been in the garage. My phone hasn't overheated like yesterday.
We've gone through a couple of stories across the pond. I'm on here as well, and just a general chit chat, which is the thing I like with these. You've all got something to say, something to report, and we can bring it to each other's attention. Don't forget, everybody, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button on the chat if you can. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't done so already. We will be back tomorrow with another live stream at a time I've got to work out yet, and there'll be some more content too. And also, don't forget, we're on all the social media channels. This has been broadcast to Facebook tonight as well, and you can catch up with us there, Twitter, Instagram, and all the others as well. So I'm going to go and stick my head in a freezer and try and cool down a bit. And until tomorrow, I'll bid you toodaloo.